I was wrong. I will admit it. Simon Lizotte, he got the better of me. I kind of thought he would suck this year. Turns out, I'm an idiot, but guess what? That happens sometimes. People make mistakes. Let's get into it. Going into the 2023 season, by far the biggest headline was the Simon Lizotte story. Thought to be a lifer at the Discmania brand, Simon decided to sign with a different company heading into 2023. Now, being one of the top 2 most famous players, most viewed and most rooted for, made this huge news. MVP, the new brand who he signed with, had a jump start to the season. They already had the momentum from 2021 when James Conrad threw some incredible shots and won the World Championship. But this was kickstarting something very, very different. So at the start of the year, I gave my predictions for the top players heading into 2023. Here's what I had to say about what I thought would happen with Simon's season. Gonna be tricky, a lot of eyes on Simon to perform, and I don't think he'll struggle that bad. I just don't think he's gonna win. Let's look at where Simon won last year. OTB, Portland, Des Moines, and Maple Hill. Now for those first 3 courses are extremely open bomber courses. If Eagle returns, then there's one person to challenge him there. The other thing to note is that for 2 of his wins, Ricky Wysocki was dealing with health issues. I don't want to take anything away from Simon's amazing 2022 season, I just don't think he's going to replicate it this year. Great move, excited for him in MVP, but I'm predicting no wins for Simon in 2023. I thought the change would be a lot. Sometimes we see players do really well when transitioning to a different company, sometimes they take a little while to adjust. Also, players were returning this year, like Eagle, who we thought might be there to challenge on open courses. Anyways, with that all being said, it took all of his 3rd event to prove me wrong. When Simon showed up to Vegas and got 47th place, I was kinda shocked. Super open course, I thought that it would be an easy top 10 for the guy, but it didn't happen that way. I wasn't rooting against him, I just didn't think he would get a win this year. His 2nd event, he came much, much closer. The Open at Austin, he would finish just behind Gannon Buhr on the finishing stretch. That was a much closer call with the 2nd place. Music City Open would be a different story altogether. The storylines from 2023 were all about players winning from the chase card. And here Simon was, on the chase card. After being 3 under through the first 9 holes, Simon was in range, but no one expected what was about to happen. Simon arrived, Simon took over, and Simon conquered. It all started on hole 11 with this forehand.
If you hit the gap nicely, then you could still hit the rocks and scoot away a little bit, but if you miss the gap, there's still a chance that you can get through there and be pretty close as well. All 4 of these players going to be inside the circle.
After making hole 12 look super easy, Simon would be lined up for a touchy approach shot on hole 13.
Built behind our chase card.
Yeah, this is the first time we've got a great look at him, and Tennessee showing out.
Simon, very good speed control, just kind of floats the putter in inside the circle.
That's 3 in a row. Hole 14 does the sidearm keep the streak going.
You don't have to go quite as high, and this looks like a fantastic shot from Simon.
Wow.
And minus that little roll,
Hole 15, he dissected the tricky par 4 to make another birdie. Hole 16 would be a different kind of challenge. Island green, downhill, players really having to have perfect distance control to get the birdie.
Range the shot. And Lizotte going to get the green flag.
Simon was at 6 birdies in a row. Hole 17, most players going with the big forehand. Simon had other ideas.
And long.
Another little hesitation from Lizotte. He's going big backhand hyzer rather than the forehand that most players will, but
oh
wow.
My goodness.
After a completely crushed drive on hole 18, Simon's approach shot was all he had left to finish the tournament on an 8-hole birdie streak.
You don't see many people in this position. It didn't even look like that tree that Austin and Ricky were looking at was there. This is it. There's AB.
The 2023 Music City Open presented by Lone Star Disc. MPO champion, Simon Lizotte.
So Simon's going to get a guitar.
Well, there goes my predictions. Didn't take long. I underestimated Simon. He played really well, capitalized on the opportunity, and made it happen. And he wasn't done yet. I was right about one thing though. Eagle McMahon would be there to show up and perform on the open courses. The Great Lakes Open would become a classic battle, seen before between 2 former teammates, one who has moved on and the other who is now the face of the brand. Simon vs. Eagle, not a trick shot battle, but a disc golf battle. Heading into that final day, they were tied for the lead. Funny enough, it was actually the first hole that would separate the 2.
Yes, perfect. Good pace, good height.
He points to the pins and goes, okay, now your turn. I gave you what you wanted.
Right?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, come on. What a horrible break that was for Eagle. That is just...
What a bad break for Eagle there, but a great putt from Simon. After that, they would match each other shot for shot, hole for hole, literally. For the next 10 holes, they tied. They were able to keep pace with each other, pulling away from the rest of the competition. Hole 12 would be the first hole to separate the two, Eagle being the first one to flinch, but on the next hole, he had this incredible putt.
Look.
Kind of like that play. Kind of like that play.
Yes, Eagle.
Are you serious?
Get that glim out of my face. Oh, what a cool
Back
birdie.
to within 2.
5 holes to play and just a 2-shot lead for Lizotte. Eagle was trying his best though, because after Simon put another approach shot to circle's edge, Eagle did this.
I feel like Eagle's also the notch above to where it's just like Spike Heiser in, skipping the hole,
One
please.
angle.
Yeah.
Might skip in the hole. Oh, it hits
Oh, no.
the...
No. Don't be that guy.
For some reason, on hole 16, Simon Lizotte's decision on the tee would kind of take the disc golf world by storm. Up before Simon would be Eagle, who was 2 shots behind him. Some changes to the hole this year made the out of bounds incredibly tight. As long as you crossed inbounds, then it would count for you to drop like you normally do. Eagle would throw it out of bounds. Here's what Simon did.
Tippy top of that tree.
And that's like drop zone. That's drop zone bogey.
What is Simon doing, folks?
I think this is a par play.
So, Simon sees the rules and says, hey, OB is 10 feet from the basket. If I just go over the basket, look at the spot. He is parked for the par, as opposed to...
After throwing it OB on purpose, he would make a par, now having a 3-shot lead over Eagle. The final 2 holes wouldn't be easy, but he did get the job done. There just wasn't a push from Eagle at the finish. All it took from Simon to win was a couple of pars. Here's what the 2-time winner in 2023 had to say.
Yesterday in your post-run interview, you mentioned how none of your putts quite felt perfect when they came out of your hand. And then this morning, or today, I guess we could say, at hole number 1, you threw like a 60-footer into the basket, instantly pointed to the crowd. It looked like it was perfect. Yeah. How did the putt and the drives feel all day today?
I mean, the putts were way better than yesterday. They were all dead center, basically, which is so weird for me because I'm so inconsistent often on the putting green, and the last 2 days were just somehow on. I wish I could show a bit more consistency throughout the year, but no, it feels just so good. That start on hole 1, obviously, I mean, Eagle took a terrible break with that roll away. That was kind of unheard of, that one, but yeah, it was kind of the dream start for me, and I just cruised from there, which is, I don't know, in my mind it felt so hard to do, but at the end of it, I feel like I kind of made it look easy.
Well,
I guess the important thing is that we all make mistakes, and for disc golf, my Simon Lizotte take was, in hindsight, not a great call. I'm glad for him though. When Simon wins, it's great for the sport, great for the new company, all around one of the most likable guys in the sport. Let's see if he can get another one before the year's over though. Comment down below what you thought about Simon's season was going to look like after signing on to MVP. For more videos like this, check out our on Disc Golf, like and subscribe, all that jazz, and we'll see you guys next time.